I had to get off my live because it was acting stupid. So we're gonna call the number here.
I'ma make it burn. 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 I'ma make it burn.
Greenwood, please, can you hold?
Yes, ma'am. Alright, we're just waiting for the dispatch person to connect us to a police officer. And this is their small waiting area here. I'm assuming dispatch is there, so. I just heard some coughing back there. Well, nobody got the Rona. Joe Bradley, he's the commander. Huh, okay. That's the elevator here. Up and down. I do not like that thin blue line. I need to change that one. And they've been doing a little too much coughing back there for me.
Thank you so much for holding.
Yeah, hello. Are you this dispatch?
Yes.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm well.
I was just wondering how you were doing today.
I'm doing well.
Okay. I had a question. I was wondering where your accommodation slash complaint forms are at in the lobby area.
Just making sure that I'm understanding. Did you say that you were trying to figure out where complaint forms were?
Or accommodations.
You said or accommodation?
Yeah, the
Okay.
war, for instance, a war police they already have them out. Like it's a form that's either complaints or accommodations for officers. So I was just wondering where those forms were located at.
Oh, okay. I don't know that we have any. Are you in the?
I'm in the lobby area. Yes.
Lobby? Okay. I'm not sure that we have any in our after-hours lobby. There might have been some in the city hall, but I know that it's being under construction.
That's under construction
but
right
now. I
now.
can get you in contact if you wanted to make a complaint or an accommodation. I can take down your information, have an officer give you a call.
No. Is it okay if I meet with a higher ranks, like a sergeant or whatever?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
And what's your name?
I don't give it.
Okay. So, are you in the after-hours lobby then?
Yes,
instead of
sir.
the community room?
I believe whatever this is. It says wherever it says for police assistance, call 8222.
Okay. Yeah, then you're in the after-hours lobby.
Yes, sir.
Hold on just 1 second. You said you wanted to speak with a commander or higher up
Yeah, that's fine.
about accommodations or accommodations.
Accommodation or complaint. Yeah.
Okay. And what's your name? Well, yeah, you said you don't give it up. No problem. I'll let the officers know. And then you'll be in the after-hours lobby.
Yep, I'll be right here.
Okay. I will get this information to our officers. And then if you want to just sit down in those seats over there, then they'll be up to speak with you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for your professionalism. And what's your name, sir?
My pleasure. My name is Chris.
Chris? Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Very professional. Thank you.
Yep, my pleasure.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. So hopefully we'll talk to a commander or shift lead or a sergeant. Or doesn't matter as long as it's a higher ranking person. So wanted to have somewhat of a dialogue with them. You know? Hello. I guess I'll just sit down for a little bit. Ugh. Alright, where's the commander? Okay. So, the lobby that I'm currently in is the after-hour lobby, because City Hall is under construction currently, and they just don't. I mean, you gotta have a hard hat in certain areas, and which is totally understandable. So, I guess this is their, really their dispatch command center here. So, after hours, I guess. So, they could put some more pictures here, though. Give the lobby a little bit more personality. But that's one camera there. So. Yeah, so I've been waiting here for a little minute. We'll give him a few more minutes, and then I'll call Chris and see if he can hurry up the process a little bit. I like to meet with somebody. So. Okay. Okay. Current time is 3:03. I'm sorry, 3:08. I've been here for about 15 minutes, man.
Hi.
Hello.
How can I help you?
Are you are you a sergeant or?
I'm the patrol commander.
So
I'm in charge of the entire patrol division.
So you're entire of this whole
Well,
thing.
I report to the chief of police, but my rank is...
Oh, so you're the commander?
I'm the commander.
Oh, the commander. Oh, you're
yeah.
big boss.
What's your name? I'm Dave. What's your name?
Well, I'm K-Dot.
K-Dot?
K-Dot.
Nice to meet you, K-Dot.
Nice to meet you. I just wanted to come up here. I had a pleasant experience.
Good.
In City Hall. I guess you guys are under constructions or whatever.
Yeah, they're doing a reno for the main
Yeah.
City Hall.
And how long is construction?
I couldn't tell you.
You can tell me.
It's just been going on about 3 weeks now, I think.
Okay, cool. I was looking at your vehicles and it seemed like they're in good constructive tech and
We hope so.
stuff like that. And
Excellent.
I really like the burgundy one. It's like the like burgundy brownish or whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So
Yeah, that's on our traffic division there.
okay, the traffic division one. Okay, well, and then I met what's his name? I have a
The guy
card.
up front?
Hold on.
That was Bob if it was up front.
Is that Bob?
Rob.
Yes, Rob.
Yeah.
Rob.
Well, he goes by Bob.
Yeah.
Is it Lieber?
Okay, Bob. Well, I don't know how to.
Yeah. He's our court security.
Yeah.
Guy.
Extremely professional.
He's a retired police officer from
Really?
from here. He was a police officer here for over 30 years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And well, he does great with the public. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's
He
why
explained
he's
to me
up there.
about the homeless
Yeah.
program that you guys are doing
Sure.
and stuff. Y'all been doing it for about 2 years now, and so and he was just like, well, yeah, the police station's over here, and I came over here, and I'm here now, and I just wanted to give you guys
Check it out.
praise, you
Oh,
know.
appreciate that.
And so- and-
we're glad your experience has been good.
Yeah, it's I'm a fair person. I like to go around the different government buildings just to see if they respect my right to
Sure.
record and stuff like that. First Amendment is absolutely important.
Sure.
And just to have a good dialogue like we're having right now, and I like to give my viewers just that sometimes my interaction with police is great, and sometimes it's not so great, and sometimes I have to educate them a little bit.
All right.
Now I will quiz you on something though.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Colorado Revised Statute 16-3311?
Oh, off the top of my head, no.
Come on, you're the commander, man.
Well, I know, but I don't know every statute by number. What is that bill reference to?
So basically, that bill was actually passed in 2015.
Okay.
It basically states that any member of the public is allowed to record
Sure.
police
I'm very
entity.
familiar with the rule. I just not the title of it. So
Yeah. Some people don't know it. Some officers do know it.
It's actually, we have it, I don't know if we have the bill listed, but the right to respect people's First Amendment is listed in our policy. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, so and when we train officers that are brand new and we go through our in-service training monthly or annually, we discuss it as well. So all of our officers have been in contact with other First Amendment folks like yourself.
Okay.
and we've always gotten good feedback because our people are trained, and I think it's a little.
It's okay. You can dust your shoulder off. It's like, we always get good feedback.
It's a little intimidating, right? So, anytime somebody's being videotaped, I think their natural human response is a little bit of skepticism. But now that the bill's been in place for a number of years, and we've experienced contact with a number of, we call you guys First Amendment auditors. I don't know if that's what you refer to. Okay, so,
I'm guilty.
Yeah, so we've been in contact with plenty of guys like yourself, and
we
realize that not all are as respectful as you.
No, they're not.
You've been great. So, and we want to keep it respectful and mutual between each other, and it's like any other interaction that we have. We just happen to have a camera pointed at us.
And you got your camera on too.
Yeah, we have our
awesome. I love being recorded. That's good. Hey, make sure you give me a good tap. Right. Another question. Sure. So, what makes you guys your police entity, since you are the commander, different from other entities in Colorado?
Oh, that's a hard question. This is the only agency I've worked for in Colorado.
Okay.
But I can tell you, I think personally, one thing I'm proud of that sets us apart is our high standards for training.
Okay.
And our high standards for hiring.
Okay.
So the chief of police personally meets every person, whether they're an officer, a dispatcher, or a front end person.
I love it.
We go through a rigorous background check. Obviously, we do integrity interviews. We have an oral board interview to make sure the person is a fit.
Okay.
Because we have high expectations here, and whoever we bring on board, we want to carry forth those expectations. So, all the way up to the chief of police, he meets everyone before an offer is extended. And not every agency is even able to do that because they're so large.
Right.
That's one based on our size.
So it's more, and correct me if I'm wrong. Since this agency is a bit smaller, you can kind of have more of a family dynamic.
Absolutely. That's
situation.
That's how we sell ourselves. When we are trying to recruit people to come work here, that's one of the things that we try to sell to them as a benefit to come working here.
Got it. Okay, that's awesome. So, during these hectic times,
sure.
How are you? Would you say you guys are more community-based police, or how do you characterize this?
That goes to the core of our philosophy, right? So we have a great relationship. One of our foundational principles as a city, not even as a police department, is building relationships. And that's both internal with our coworkers and our partners, but also external. That goes to customers, either residents of the city or people visiting or people that have businesses or visit businesses here.
Okay.
So it's one of our foundational principles that we actually evaluate our employees on. So as we're going through our annual evaluations, we actually have to measure that employee against how they've built, maintained, or broken relationships, or whatever it may be.
Right.
So we have constant dialogue with our residents and our business owners, because we're only 67 people, whereas we have 14,000 people out there, all with a set of eyes and ears.
I understand.
Who can help us in our effort to make this a safer community.
You know what I can also suggest as far as community policing?
Sure.
Especially when it's a little bit more warmer. Mm-hmm. Maybe walking the beat a little bit sometimes. Or the people that have different jurisdictions that they patrol.
Sure.
Go to the several houses. Hey, my name is Officer such and such. I'll be patrolling from such and such and such and such. Here's my card. If you need anything.
And we do that, right?
You know what I'm saying? It might be a little intimidating. Like, what? Why the hell they're here? But if you know, at least when I was a kid, the officers in my neighborhood knew me by name. Knew my parents, knew, and we can. So it would build a little bit more instead of just kind of like.
No, absolutely. That is one of our efforts. I'll say to build those bridges with the community is we're out there, we're out in front of people, we're greeting people every day. best to assign officers to the same beat.
Okay.
Regularly.
Okay.
Not permanently. We're not real big enough to where our officers don't go across different beats.
Sure.
But we do strive, and there are those officers that prefer that type of policing.
Okay.
So we've got some guys that have been here for 30-something years.
Wow, that's a long time.
That know every name on the street of their beat. So we do that sort of policing here.
Cool. I love it. And like I said, he was willing to help me.
Yeah.
He opened the door, actually.
Sure.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't,
Right.
'cause I'm not going to lie. I didn't have too great of an experience with Denver police.
Okay.
They actually had a sign on their door saying that you can't record and all that, which is totally illegal, by the way. And I got arrested.
Hmm.
I didn't even go inside. I never even went inside the lobby.
Well, what did they charge you with?
18 unlawful conduct on public property.
Interesting.
Crazy, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know the facts of the case, but if your interaction was much like mine.
No, and this is what, and people were like, well, I don't think you should go back. And I was like, no, I want to bridge the gap.
Sure.
I am far from your enemy. I am not anti police. Okay. I'm pro accountability.
Great. No,
Simple as that. And not only that, I used to be a public servant. I used to be in Adams Community Corrections.
Well, what I can say is, yes, we are a police force, but we are granted the permission to police our community, right? So
I like that.
If we don't have the relationship with the citizens, they're the ones essentially that direct our everyday actions. Okay, so it's the public that drive us. Our bosses are the city council. Our city council are residents of the city of Greenwood Village. They are elected by other residents of the city of Greenwood Village.
Why aren't there every one of you? Can we duplicate you, clone you?
Well,
or
I would imagine if you travel to enough places, you would find a lot of us that feel the same way. So
yeah.
But no, I mean, we police based on voluntary permission. People go out and they don't speed, not necessarily because they fear repercussion, but because they want to be law-abiding citizens.
Yeah,
and contribute
I love
to society.
following the law.
Right.
Love following it to the T.
Right.
I studied law. I just sometimes I would just go to the library, just bury myself into it. Excellent. I love law, and
have you ever considered a profession in law enforcement?
Well, I was in corrections, but no. Not really.
Oh, okay.
But
you ever done a ride along or anything with an officer?
Everybody was just like, "Man, you should be an attorney," because you know all this law. And I'm like,
well, it seems like you're passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, I want to. I'm out there trying to highlight good cops.
Sure.
And having them a platform to shine, but the camera is just an objective witness. I can't make you look good or look bad.
Right.
So I'm fair, but if there is any corruption, I catch that. Yeah. So and those police officers would be dealt with personnel wise or whatever. But I try to highlight as much as I can, and you guys got an A+ pass.
Good.
So
glad to hear it. As the patrol commander, I'm really glad to hear it. Right, because I have about 40 people that report to me and.
That's awesome.
To know that everyone you've met so far has done you well, then I'm glad to hear that.
Okay. So can you pronounce your name and then your badge number?
Yeah, I'll give you my card.
Okay.
We can see through this mask.
Oh, we got a fancy case. Look at that, guys. It's all bling bling. Okay, I can dig it. Okay. Mr. David Oliver.
So are we live or are you just recording me for later?
No, we're recording, yeah. Yeah.
Recording for later.
Yeah. So
I'm just curious. Do you have like a YouTube channel?
I surely do.
I surely
do. You can find it DJK.the party.
DJK.the party.
Because I'm always the life of the party. And I am a DJ though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
awesome.
I'm pretty nasty on the. It should be illegal. You should actually lock me up. How nasty I am on the ones and twos.
Okay, well, I can't call myself an aficionado, so I wouldn't know if you were nasty or not. But I'll have to take your word for it.
yeah, DJK.theparty. You can look it there, and I will post it probably tonight or tomorrow.
Excellent.
And my viewers will love you guys. So
appreciate it.
And so one more question.
Sure.
So when did you experience your First Amendment auditor?
Oh goodness.
And was it scary, or was it like, who the hell are you, or was it like? How did that make you feel?
I'm trying to remember, but like I said, not all First Amendment auditors have the same approach that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think back. The first one that I became involved in was late at night. They were not very friendly.
Okay.
And we were still we allowed them to do exactly what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
However, their interaction was a little more adversarial.
Mm-hmm.
But again, yeah, and at the time I wasn't a commander. I was a sergeant.
Okay.
In charge of a small team of guys at night.
Is that like a couple years ago or several years?
Yeah, it's been, I don't know, I'm really guessing 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and again, it was late at night, so the building was closed. There wasn't much to see. There was no one around. They didn't want to see our cars and stuff.
Okay.
The only thing where they overstepped is they were trying to film what was going on inside of our car.
Mm-hmm.
And some of that information is protected through the computer system, some of that private information. So we had to ask them to not film our computer screens until we could at least darken them so they could read what was on the screen.
Right.
Other than that, it was fine, and there was nothing negative came out of it.
Okay. Does that mean, did you guys leave shaking hands, or just, hey, all right?
Oh, no, I don't think we were shaking hands. I don't think they wanted to shake our hands, to be honest with you. Like I said, they weren't, they didn't have the same approach you did. So,
okay.
But even if we wanted to shake hands, I don't think they would have wanted to. But
okay.
No, they left on their own accord, and nothing bad ever came out of that interaction. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time out.
Sure.
I know you guys are busy.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you taking the time out and speaking with me.
Okay.
It really does mean a lot to me.
Yeah, good.
Because again, I'm just here to bridge the gap.
Yeah. No, and that's why I'm willing to speak, because I want, if you solely form an opinion of the police based on what you see on mainstream media, then you probably aren't seeing the full picture. So it's interactions like this that get posted, and of course your crowd may be smaller than CNN.
Yeah.
But we are happy to show this side, because this is how 99+% of interactions between the police and the community go.
If anything, matter of fact, there was this one guy's channel, what was it? News Now, South Carolina. One of my favorite auditors ever. He was in the parking lot checking out the vehicles and narrating and stuff like that. And the chief happened to see him and was just like, "Hey, did you want to come inside?" And because I think the chief knew okay, if he was really doing some sneaky stuff, he'd probably be out.
Or maybe at night and not in broad daylight.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And he was just and it was daylight. But he was just there's
nothing to hide.
Yeah, there's nothing to hide.
Yeah,
just come back.
Sure.
So he showed him and did a ride along, signed his name. And the next day I think the next day or the next week they did a ride along, and
good. That
was beautiful. And that's what we need more of.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's the First Amendment auditors, where some of us are a little rough around the edges, because we can, excuse my language, but we can see through bullshit. And the thing is, it's just, if you treat us with respect, we'll treat you right back with respect. We don't want any issues. We don't, and I tell all my followers all the time, if you're here on my channel to see if I have negative police reactions, this is the wrong channel for you.
Yeah.
This is all about education. I go to different governmental buildings and educate different people on. There might be some people who are disabled who can't make it to the certain building that they didn't even know that existed, and I explain to them and educate them and ask questions to the facility, not in a ill will any type, just literally general information for my public to understand it. I think that's my responsibility, and and people comment all the time. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know this facility had this, you know.
No, and you can use your abilities, you know, the sky's the limit, right? And the approach that you have, that's why I've elected to stay here as long as we need to stay here to have this interaction.
Yeah.
Because I see that your intentions appear to be true, and that, you know, whatever you end up posting, hopefully will be representation of this conversation.
You did. Yeah, again, the camera's an objective witness. I'm very much fair. I have a very good relationship with the Aurora police chief.
Good.
But she knows that, you know, we have a certain boundary. You know, hey, you still work for me, so let's not cross that.
Right.
And I'm still a law-abiding citizen, so don't cross that. So we just have a general respect for each other, and I think she's doing a pretty good job as far as trying to reform that, because I'm pretty sure you heard about their situations over there.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I hear, honestly, I hear what you probably hear on the news. So
yeah.
I don't have any more information than
kind of
what's publicly available.
Does it frustrate you sometimes when officers do bad and just like, God,
of course, because
shoot, now we got to deal with this crap again?
No,
like,
for sure.
You know, it's just like how.
I would like to say though that, you know, I generally don't pass judgment, because I understand, having been on the street, that sometimes it doesn't tell a full story, right? Sometimes the story that's presented publicly is not the full story. Okay. But clearly, even the full story sometimes can show things that frustrate me, because it doesn't matter if you're a police officer in New York State, New Mexico, or Colorado. And, you know, mistakes made by one affect us all, right? So, you know, if a plumber messes up in New Mexico, they're probably not going to hold it against the plumber that's in Iowa.
No,
but if an officer anywhere oversteps his authority or commits a crime or does whatever, it reflects poorly on all of us.
Right. And so, and this is what I have a conversation with the chief about all the time. And I'm like, it's not about, every entity has a bad apple. Sure. But the thing is, scientifically, if you have that bad apple, it will ruin the bunch. Scientifically. Yeah. And we're just asking you to just get rid of that bad apple. That's it. That's all we want. That's just straight justice.
Not too much to ask for, is it?
Yeah.
It's not too much to ask for, is it?
Yeah. It's not too much to add. That's it. That's all we want. If I were to go to my job drunk, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be fired and possibly arrested, depending on my further behavior. Sure. But we just expect the same from any entity, law enforcement, fire department. Doesn't matter if we just hold you guys up to a higher standard because you are police officials, and we just, you know, that badge, you know, symbolizes something, and you know, it's a responsibility. Yeah. So, but
we all take an oath, and we all swear an oath, and we want the kind of people to work here that want to live up to that oath.
I appreciate that, and thank you so much. I appreciate you even taking the time to even talk to me, and I'm gonna be out of your hair, and you guys pass with flying colors. Look for it on
I will. I'll find it tomorrow or the next day on YouTube. I will, for sure.
Okay. Do you have any shout outs you would like to do or anything?
No, thank you. No, if I find your video, I'll share it.
Be like, hey, I'd like to shout out my mama.
No, okay. I don't think Mom watches YouTube, but okay. I may share the video with her.
Yeah, there we go. And then, hey, I do have a such a superstar category, and I guess you made the cut, man.
Awesome. Very fantastic. Well, I hope you have a happy holidays.
You too, man.
Good luck with your future audits.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm actually gonna be training some of the newer cadets on First Amendment auditing, so that they're not so intimidated or threatened by it. Yeah. You know, hey, maybe I can come up here and, you know, have that. I mean, totally up to you. I don't know what you guys do, but, you know, again, it's all about bridging the gap.
Well, like I said, it's part of our training, and I can't speak for every police academy.
Sure.
But I think some police academies are starting to work some of this, even if it's a small class, you know, it is a couple hours or whatever. So I know it's starting to make its way into the initial basic training, and we certainly train on it here with our new recruits.
Okay, so now you know the 16-3-311?
Yeah, now I'll have to memorize the number.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, they don't make it easy, do they?
They don't.
All right, man.
Again, I appreciate
Sure.
your service. Thank you for doing what you do,
My
and
pleasure.
be safe out there, and tell all your people. Thank you.
All right. Take
So-
care of yourself.
All right, guys. That's it. That's DJ K Dot and Mr. Commander here, Oliver, and that's it. We're done. So we're out.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Take care of yourself.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Okay, they passed with flying colors. They did a really good job. I thought that was a pretty good interview. Hopefully I can get a lot more commanders or sergeants or anything to open up a little bit, let down the shoulders a little bit, like Amagessa Presser would say, and don't feel less intimidated. It's just the camera, that's it. He was recording as well, so it's all good, man. Well, I would have to say that man is a superstar. I understand why he's a commander, and he does what he does. So it's your boy DJ K Dot. You heard, and I'm out.